He was one of the most prominent stars in the WWE Attitude Era. He became the company's first ever African American to hold the Intercontinental Championship. Straight Outta Jersey welcomes AHMED Johnson.
Welcome everyone to Straight Outta Jersey. I am your host, Joe Zapata, and my next guest is one of the biggest superstars during the Attitude Era. He also, I believe, belongs in the Hall of Fame. He is the one and only AHMED Johnson. What's up, AHMED?
Thank you, brother. Nothing much. It's about you.
I want to ask, I always ask all the legends, you took a lot of bumps for us. How is your overall health right now?
Beat up a little bit, but I'm surviving.
Oh, okay. That's good. Now, you were a great athlete in high school, right? You played football and wrestling and track and field. Is that what you did?
Yeah, I played football, not baseball. I played football, track and field, weightlifting team, wrestling team. You name it, I was on it, brother. Everything but baseball.
Wow. Did you grow up a wrestling fan?
No, not really.
No, okay.
Not really.
Oh, wow.
I kind of got into it with watching with Stevie Ray, started watching with him, and that's when I got into it.
Oh, okay. Now you were also really jacked. Were you a bodybuilding fan?
Yeah, I was more of a bodybuilder than I was anything.
Okay. Because you were jacked, really big at your time.
Yeah.
So I heard that you also were used to sweep floors during the Mid-South wrestling days. Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. You were sweeping floors and everything. That's how you kind of started watching. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes,
Now, what made you decide to get into the wrestling business?
Really, Stevie Ray kind of got me involved with it. He wanted to do it, and we were partners, you know. And I said, yeah, if you do it, I'll do it with you. So we kind of went it together. And then Booker T came along, and him and Stevie became a tag team.
Okay. So how did you enter the WWE? How did you get picked to go there?
Really, Michael Hayes got me in.
Oh, okay.
I had a match at the auditorium against Michael Hayes and Bam Bam, the Freebirds. And they liked the way I worked, and he said, hey man, I'm gonna get you up in WWF. And I was like, yeah, I heard that before. You know what I'm saying? Everybody said that. But I'll be there. My phone didn't ring one day, and it was Vince McMahon on the phone. And I thought it was somebody else, so I was very rude to him.
Oh, really?
I thought it was somebody playing a joke on me. And then come to find out, he started laughing, and he said, I'll have you a ticket at your house tomorrow morning. And he did just that.
Wow. Who trained you how to learn how to wrestle? Was it Ivan Putski?
Yeah, Ivan Putski.
Polish Power.
Ivan Putski, the shooter.
Wow. Oh, was he? Did he shoot on you?
Yeah, he's the shooter, man.
Oh, wow. Jesus. So you get into wrestling and Vince McMahon. Now, Vince McMahon has been in the news recently with a lot of allegations. How was Vince McMahon with you? Was he cool with you?
You know, I really didn't have a problem with Vince until he started doing all that racial stuff, you know. Up until then, I was cool. And I didn't have a problem with it whatsoever. And he treated me good.
Wow. So you saw there was a little bit of racial stuff going on in WWE at that time?
Yeah.
Wow. When you got there, though, you did get a big push.
Yes, sir.
You did get a big push, and you were over instantly because,
yes, sir.
I mean, did you prefer being a baby face or a heel?
You know what? I wrestled as a heel baby. I was a baby face, but I wrestled as a heel. And they liked it, so hey, so be it. The fans like it, I'm going with it.
You become the first African American Intercontinental Champion, and you beat Goldust. Now, didn't Goldust do something where he tried to kiss you in the middle of that match, and we wasn't too happy about it?
Oh yeah, he tried to. He did kiss me. We had practice. You know, this thing, Alexa, off, stop. We practiced this thing where he's going to put his hand over his mouth and kiss his hand. And he thought it would be funny, just go ahead and kiss me for real. So we were on live TV. There was nothing I could do because it's live TV. I couldn't get up. You know. So yeah. So he kissed me for real.
Owen Hart was also a big friend of yours, and
Yes.
I heard he played a lot of big ribs on you, right?
Huh?
He did a lot of ribs on you. Ribs. Owen Hart, right?
Oh man, a lot of ribs on me. A lot of ribs on me. But Brett told me that one thing to remember. He said Owen doesn't rib people he don't like. If he don't like you, he won't rib you. He won't even, you know, associate with you like that.
What happened with the Jay Leno rib? He did something with Jay Leno.
Oh yeah. Owen and Davey Boy called me on the phone and act like they were Jay Leno. And I had been doing a lot of, you know, shows and stuff like that for WrestleMania. And they told me that I had a show with Jay Leno, and the limo will be there at 8:00 tomorrow p.m. So I went out, man. I brought me a nice suit, brought me some watches. You know, I was decked out, man. And I'm outside waiting like a dumbass. And here I am outside waiting. And then Owen and Davey comes out. And they said, "What you doing all dressed up?" I said, "I got a Jay Leno show tonight." They're like, "What? That's bullshit. We didn't even get Jay Leno yet. You know, we've been there longer than you. We haven't did Jay Leno." Well, talk to Vince about it. I mean, you know, that's Vince's work. So then they stayed out there for a long time. And then they were like, "Isn't your limo coming at 8:00? And I was like, "How the hell you know what time my limo's coming?" And when I said that, they bust on the ground, just laughing their butts off. They just fell on the ground laughing on Davey. They were good guys, man.
Owen also did something about when you arm wrestled. Didn't you arm wrestle? He did something to put some stink bomb or something.
Yeah, he did. Him and Davey Boy went and put a bunch of stink bombs in his hand and smashed them. So here I am, putting an arm wrestle him, and he's smelling like dog duty. And I'm like, "What in the world is going on here?" I said, "Where'd that smell?" Because I didn't even know the stink bomb was. And yeah, he had put all over his hands, man, over his body, and I was like, "Oh my God, you dog!" Guys, what happened was my fiance parents were coming that night, and I messed around and told David Owen, which I shouldn't have told them at all. But I messed around and told them that they was coming, and they made sure that I had a very stinky welcome to my mother-in-law and father-in-law.
Wow. Owen Hart, obviously, he tragically passed away. How did you take that? Because you were close with him. Was that really tough on you?
Yeah, it hurt me, man, big time. I mean, it hurt me big time. I mean, there's no way in the world that rig shouldn't have been, you know, hooked up correctly.
Yeah.
You know, that's just sad, man.
Would you have continued the card that, like, Vince continued the card of matches? Would you have done that?
No.
Yeah.
That would have been it. I mean, man's blood is on the ring. You know what I'm saying? And he fell down right in front of his family. His family was front row, and he fell down in front of his family and got killed. How in the world can you go on with a show, man?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, but Vince is Vince. You know, he does what he wants to do to make that money.
Yeah.
The Nation of Domination, you became part of that. Now, I've heard that The Rock had a little bit of issues with you. Is that true?
Yeah, we had issues with each other because we were both the young rookies, and you know, he didn't like that too much. You know, me being the young rookie, being the first Intercontinental Champion, Black Champion, he thought he should have got it because his father, you know, wrestled it. It was a mess.
Heard your last name was Johnson. Is that possible? Because your last name was Johnson and his real name is Johnson.
That I think that brought some heat too.
Oh wow.
I think that's my heat too, that he didn't like the fact that my last name was Johnson. And I didn't ask for that name.
Oh no. Why was it so short? Why did they pull you out of the Nation of Domination so quickly?
Because let me tell you what happened. We were doing the Nation of Domination thing, and after the match, Vince called us all up to the office. And Vince looks at us and says, "Ahmed, I have to take you out the Nation." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, you just put me in the Nation. I just made all my fans hate me. Now you want me to go out there and make them like me again after I didn't, you know, call them names and everything?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, I really need you to get out the Nation." He said, "Because nobody's gonna believe that y'all can be beat. He said you got you, DLO, Mark Henry, you, and Rock. Who can beat that?
That's true. That's true.
That cast. You know, that was a hell of a cast.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah. He said, well, Ahmed, you're the only one that people can believe that he can beat the nation and hang the nation. So I'm pulling you back out the nation so y'all can continue your fight. But man, we have been fighting for 2 years. I mean, come on, it's time for somebody else to step up.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I wanted to mention Triple H. He recently had some comments about you, and I want you to respond to it. He said that you could have been pushed over to the world, but he says you tend sometimes to got some people hurt in the ring. Is that true? I always thought
you know what? I don't recall hurting anybody but Rikishi.
Okay.
I accidentally hurt Rikishi.
Okay.
And anybody else, man, it's funny because they said I was hurt, but nobody ever told me.
Oh, wow.
You know, they said, oh, you hurt me. He's hurt. No, man, it's just that, you know, I'm a little more real with mine than you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And it just didn't go good.
No.
Didn't go good at all.
Yeah.
Because now they're all talking shit.
Yeah, a lot of the wrestlers, they said that when you were coming into the ring, you were scary looking. They didn't want to get in that ring with you.
Yeah, but you should have seen some of the guys' faces when they got in the ring with me. Like, you know, I used to get in the ring, jump over the rope, and then sit on the turnbuckle and just stare at them. You could see the fear in some of their eyes, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What did you think about the Legion of Doom when you joined them for a little while?
Oh, I loved it, man. I loved Hawk, man. Hawk was my boy, man.
Hawk
we
was
even
good?
did Animal got mad because me and Hawk was doing some independent shows without him.
Mm-hmm.
And that was up to Hawk. That wasn't my doing. That was Hawk's doing, you know.
Okay.
And
wow.
He didn't appreciate Animal didn't appreciate that too much.
Mm-hmm. You know, you were a big dude, really big. And I got to ask you, because some people asked me, did you ever, you know, shoot around with the gear to get big, you know, the muscle stuff? You ever mess around with any of that stuff?
What now?
Did you ever use any gear or any steroids to get big? Because I know a lot of wrestlers did that in the day.
Back when I played football, I did.
Oh, you did when you played football?
Yeah. When I played Cowboys.
Mm-hmm. Who was your favorite person you loved to wrestle in the WWE?
My favorite person to wrestle was Owen Hart or Vader. Because Vader would lay it in there on you, and I like that. I like that. Really? He was hitting for real. You know, he lay him in there, bro. But the thing about it is, he'll let you hit him back. He won't complain. The other boys are complaining and crying. Oh, he's hitting me too hard. You know, but Vader was, hey, Vader told me in the locker room, I'm bringing it, brother. So bring it back to me. You got to worry about that.
Yep. How was Undertaker? Did you face him a few times?
Yeah, Undertaker was cool, man. He's good
cool
people, man. Yeah.
He was good people? Wow. He's good people. Stevie Ray was a good friend of yours, correct?
Yes.
And he helped you get into WCW?
Yes.
Okay, because your WCW run wasn't that great. Why was that?
No, because when the WCW run came out, I wasn't ready for it, man.
Really?
I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to, you know, get in there. I was out of shape. I didn't want to, you know, get in there and do anything. I was too far out of shape. But you know, I wouldn't let Stevie down because Stevie said he needed me, you know, tag with him, and I wasn't going to let him down. But I wish I would have, because I wasn't in shape, man, to wrestle in WCW.
Yeah, and I heard, you know, that time your sister passed away. I'm sorry to hear about that. At that time, your sister passed. So that was pretty tough times for you going through. Stop working out and everything. Yeah. So why did Booker T have heat with you? He didn't like you, apparently.
He said that I said that something that I tried to sabotage his match or something. I don't know what he's talking about, man.
That's what he was saying. Something about that.
Yeah, I don't have any idea what he's talking about. None.
Really? I don't know. Now you also were in the military. You were in the military, right?
I was in the Army.
Yeah, in the Army. Okay. And did you leave early or something? What happened with the military?
No, I did my 4 years and got out.
And there was also rumors you were in a gang when you were like 12. Is that true?
Yeah.
Really? Well, the Bloods or Crips? What kind of gang were you in?
More the Bloods. That's why I always wore that. That's why I always wore red. If you notice, my outfit was always red.
Wow. Well, you were a big dude. I got to ask you about the Hall of Fame. Do you think you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? I do. You had your first African American. I think you do. You know,
Yeah,
what about you?
I mean, being the first black champion in history, man, how could you not put that person in the Hall of Fame? Because you're mad at me? I mean, come on, man, grow up.
Would you accept it if they asked you to come in the Hall of Fame? No,
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Why?
Because they waited so long and they talk so much trash. I don't know if I would do it or not.
Really? Wow.
Although I think I deserve it because, like I said, being the first African American champion,
yes, you do.
Intercontinental champion, I think I deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
I think you do too. I think you do, definitely 100%. You know, I mean, do you watch any of the wrestling today or no?
I watch a little bit of it.
You
a
do?
little bit of it. I think they're going a little too far with it, though.
Yeah.
You know,
so?
Yeah, with the, I guess Cody Rhodes is the champion.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I think he just lost it to John Cena now.
Oh, he lost to John Cena.
Yeah, he just lost to John Cena. Yeah, at WrestleMania recently. But so I see. I mean, you're coming to New Jersey on May 10th, I think, for a convention.
May 9th and 10th.
Yes, you're coming up here in New Jersey. I might come up and see you actually because I'll be around.
Man.
I do because you're a really great part of our childhood. You were a great wrestler.
That,
what is your favorite memory about wrestling and wrestling time? Because that you enjoyed.
My favorite memory about wrestling, I'll say it has to be the Intercontinental Champion, becoming the first black Intercontinental Champion.
Yes, that was really big.
I think that has set
that was
more
something.
meaning.
Yeah, that was a lot of meaning.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if would you never want to come back at all to do anything in wrestling at all? Would you ever maybe AEW or do anything like that? Make a comeback?
Yeah, I would. I would do something for AEW.
Wow. Why did you get let go from WWE? What happened there?
Oh, when I got let go of WWE? No,
Yeah,
that was the time my sister was sick, and
okay.
me and Vince had it out because he didn't want me to miss the match, and he wanted to do. My sister was sick, okay, and she was a wrestling fanatic. Okay,
oh, wow.
She watched me every match, everything, and this is when he wanted to do the hanging. He wanted the True Commission to hang me from a rope, and I'm like, wow. I can't do that because I mean that's not something to play with. I mean, too many black people were hung back in the day,
yeah,
and that's just not something to play with. To me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't play with that, brother. And
no, you don't.
So I got into argument with him and about my sister about letting me go see my sister, and he didn't want to do it. So I just kind of grabbed my stuff and walked out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he never fired me or anything. People say, "Oh, he got fired." No, I never got fired. He let me. He just stood there, and I just grabbed my stuff and walked out.
Oh wow. Did you have any problems in the locker room with any wrestlers? I heard a couple fights you might have had once in a while, but I heard you were also very quiet.
Those are lies. Really? I've never gotten into a fight with anybody in the locker room. First of all, DLO with his lie, saying that he got in a fight with him. If me and DLO got in a fight, it would have been on all the dirt sheets. You would have heard about it for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody would have heard about it. And you tell me 30 years, it's 30 years later, and now DLO is saying that we got into a fight 30 years later? Oh, man. Yeah. Wow. I don't know where they get these stories from, man. It's like Conan said, we went out to the club 5 times. Man, I've never, ever been to a club with Conan. I don't even go to clubs.
Really?
He said, never went to clubs 5 times, and I never went to a club. Just like Triple H was like, oh, yeah, AHMED Johnson, he was my worst match. And Triple H got to realize one thing. When I got there, Triple H was a jobber. He was Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and he wasn't ranked up there. The top 4 ranked up there was me, Sean, Taker, and I'd say Vader was top dog up there too. Yeah. But yeah, Triple H with that bullshit lie he told, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, that's what they said.
I really don't know.
Yeah. You know who would have been a good tag team? I always thought you and Farouk, Ron Simmons.
Oh man, that would have been a hell of a tag team.
Oh, you guys would have been nasty. No one would be able to beat you.
That would have been a hell of a tag team there, boy.
No one would have been able to beat you guys. That's for sure. You guys were both the legit tough guys in the locker room, from what I understand.
Yeah, and that's why he got rid of that, me out the nation, because it was like he said, nobody's gonna believe that y'all can be beat.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Ron Simmons tag team, brother, that would have been good. Me and Ron Simmons against the Road Warriors.
Oh yeah, that would have been great.
That would have been a hell of a tag match.
Mm-hmm. Any wrestlers that you didn't like to wrestle? Maybe they stunk bad, or they just didn't perform or work well. Anyone you didn't like wrestling?
Let me see. No, I kind of enjoyed wrestling everybody I wrestled. Regardless of what they say about me, I'm not going to, kick dirt on them. I kind of enjoy, wrestling everybody I wrestle. I kind of appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not going to kick dirt on nobody.
Yeah, it's good that you're starting to come back in the limelight, because you were gone for a little while from wrestling and everything. Didn't know, you weren't going to shows where fans can see you, but now you got the Instagram going.
Right.
The real AHMED Johnson. You can reach out to him there and he'll get back to you for an autograph picture, guys. He is all over the place. He's going to be in Morristown, New Jersey, signing autographs. AHMED is back, guys, and I believe again he should be in the Hall of Fame. AHMED, I want to just thank you for taking some time out and sitting down with me.
No problem.
I look forward to seeing you probably on Sunday, on May 10th, when you're there, to sit down and chat and everything. And I want to thank Victor for helping setting this up for us. He was a great guy. AHMED, you deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much, brother. Talk to you later, brother. You got it.
Thanks for watching the Zapata Brand Podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast and listen where all podcasts are available.